We begin with headlines. National Assembly passes a sum of 54.99 trillion naira as aggregate expenditure of the federal government in the 2025 fiscal year. Plus, on the news, Central Bank of Nigeria threatens to penalize banks that compel customers to withdraw amounts lower than 20,000 naira per transaction from automated teller machines. From the international scene, at least 20 people have been injured, some of them seriously, after a car drove into a group of people in the German city of Munich. Details of these and more coming your way soon. To stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now, details of the news. The Nigerian Senate on Thursday passed the sum of 54,990,165,355,396 naira as aggregate expenditure of the federal government in the 2025 fiscal year. The bill was passed after the upper chamber reviewed key highlights of the bill, which outlines a total aggregate expenditure of 54.99 trillion naira. Correspondent Kolojo reports that the budget breakdown includes significant allocations for recurrent spending, capital projects and debt servicing, as well as a projected fiscal deficit. Key budget allocations include total expenditure 54.99 trillion naira, statutory transfers 3.65 trillion naira, recurrent non-debt expenditure 13.64 trillion naira, capital expenditure 23.96 trillion naira, debt servicing 14.32 trillion naira, fiscal deficit 13.08 trillion naira, and deficit to GDP ratio of 1:52. Still with the red chambers, the Senate on Thursday urged the federal government of Nigeria to include Northeast in the superhighway project, just as it commended President Bola Tinubu for the 2 trillion naira coastal road projects. The Senate's call for inclusion of Northeast in the superhighway project followed a motion moved to that effect by Senator Mohammed Danjuma Goje. Correspondent Kolojo reports that Senator Goje, in the motion entitled Federal Government's Approval of 4.2 trillion naira for construction of Lagos-Calabar coastal roads and other road projects nationwide, lamented that out of the 4.2 trillion naira road project, only 19 billion naira was rehabilitation of 2 out of many others in the Northeast, which was allocated to the zone.
Because at the Federal Executive Council meeting of Monday, 3rd February 2025, the federal government approved the sum of 4.2 trillion naira for the construction of Lagos-Calabar Road and other major highways and bridges across the country.
In support of the motion, cross-section of lawmakers call for inclusion of roads in their constituencies.
Mr. President, it is true that our roads across Nigeria require attention, and I therefore support the motion that the Honourable Minister should be invited to please speak to the Senate about what is happening, notwithstanding the fact that we do not have enough funds, but then we may see that effort is being made. Today I stand before you to represent the people of Lagos State and to speak about Lagos-Badagry Road. Lagos-Badagry Road was commenced around 2023. Now, Lagos-Badagry has not been completed.
Chairman Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Adiola Solomon, in his contribution, however, clarified that allocation for the 4.2 trillion naira coastal road project was not
to all existing road projects that across the country, and that was what was allotted to all projects across that is going on, that is currently going on, that they should not be abandoned.
Until we have a serious roadmap on road maintenance in the country, and like Senator I think Senator Idi has suggested, we should have a roadmap on how to maintain our roads and also how to ensure reconstruction.
Now to the Green Chambers. Speaker, House of Representatives Honorable Abbas Tajuddin has highlighted the persistent challenges in the Northwest region, including insecurity, environmental degradation and economic decline. Speaking at the inauguration of the Northwest Development Commission NWDC committee in Abuja, he noted that the once thriving textile industry in Kaduna and Kano, which employed over 500,000 workers in the 1980s, now engage fewer than 20,000 due to policy failures and rising insecurity. He emphasized that these challenges should serve as a call to action, with the NWDC playing a crucial role in revitalizing the region. To ensure effective intervention, he urged the Commission to conduct a comprehensive needs assessment and develop a 10-year strategic plan with measurable goals. Committee Chairman Honorable Suleiman Gumi reaffirmed the commitment of addressing the region's challenges through coordinated efforts aimed at fostering economic growth, reducing poverty, and promoting social cohesion.
The past 2 decades, the region has been plagued by insecurity, environmental degradation, and systemic neglect. The once flourishing textile industry in Kaduna and Kano, which employed over 500,000 workers in the 1980s, now engages fewer than 20,000 due to policy inertia and rising insecurity.
Now to other stories, the Central Bank of Nigeria is threatening to penalize customers to withdraw lower than 20,000 naira per transaction from automated teller machines. The Apex Bank disclosed these in a question and answer explainer released on Thursday in reaction to its recent review of ATM withdrawal fees. It stressed that ATM charges for withdrawals made from other banks' ATMs, both on-site and off-site, are based on the expectations that customers can withdraw up to 20,000 naira per transaction. Any bank that compels a customer with sufficient funds in their account to withdraw less than 20,000 naira per transaction against their desire for a higher sum will be contravening this regulation and will be sanctioned appropriately stated. Consumers denied the right to withdraw up to 20,000 naira per transactions are encouraged to file a complaint with the CBN. The Apex Bank also clarified that banks must not charge more than the prescribed ATM fees, though they can charge less depending on their cost structure and business model. The charges and such changes are capped, meaning banks and other financial institutions cannot charge more than the fee stated in the circular. However, a bank can charge a lower amount depending on its cost structure and business development drive. The CBN, however, recommended that customers withdraw cash from their own bank's ATMs to prevent incurring additional fees. It also urged customers to consider other payment methods, including mobile banking apps, POS terminals, and various digital payment options to reduce ATM withdrawal costs. You're still on to the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. Just stay with us. We are glad to have you back. Now for more update and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our handle as Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. Also, the platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live and comments easily. Scan our IG QR code. Now to judicial matters. Justice Folashade Ogunbanjo of the Federal High Court Abuja has discharged and acquitted a former Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), Ishakawu Modibo, and Pinnacle Communications Limited. The duo were being prosecuted by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences (ICPC) of charges bordering on the 2.5 billion naira release to Pinnacle Communications under the Federal Digital Switchover DSO project. Delivering judgment on Thursday, Justice Ogunbanjo held that the ICPC was not able to prove the allegations against the defendants. The judge further discharged the defendants on the grounds that the statements and evidence of the witnesses could not paint any allegation on the defendants. She further held that some of the witnesses contradicted themselves and none of their statements was able to link the defendants to the charge. The trial of the former Director General of the NBC lasted for 6 years. Now to security. The Nigeria Police Force has dismissed recent reports alleging the 3,907 firearms are missing from its armories, stating that the claims are misleading and do not reflect the reality of the situation. In a statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the force emphasized that the allegations stem from a 2019 audit report by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation and do not indicate an actual disappearance of arms. However, the police on Thursday maintained that such figures do not reflect the current status of their armories, noting the weapons assigned to the officers for operations may not always be present during audits. Adejobi noted that when auditors conduct visits to force armories, they might not find all arms present at the time due to the issuance of weapons to personnel for operational purposes, some spanning months, depending on the nature of such operations. The Force PRO added that it is important to acknowledge the challenges faced by the police during period of civil unrest, where several officers were killed and their arms carted away. Adejobi also clarified that Egbetokun was not present during the Senate discussion on the missing firearms, contrary to reports suggesting otherwise. The Delta Police Command says it has concluded plans to investigate the attack on its officers by operatives of the Nigeria Air Force at the Jeddah community in Okwe local government area of the state. The State Command spokesperson Idafe Bright made this known in a statement regarding the viral videos of officers of the police and the Air Force in a free-for-all, said the police officers were going about their lawful duty before the attack by the Air Force personnel. According to him, the policemen attached to the Quick Response Squad had arrested an occupant of a Toyota Corolla car named Precious and recovered some weight suspected to be Indian hemp. The police officers were said to have been flagged down as they got to the Air Force Base checkpoint and asked to release the suspect, which they resisted and led to their attack by the Air Force officers. According to the statements, the Delta Police Commissioner, CP Olufemi Abaniwanda, has a good working relationship with the Nigeria Air Force, and both agencies are looking into the ugly incident and putting modalities in place to forestall future occurrences. Now to education. The Ministry of Education, Dr. Tunji Lausa, has approved a one-year moratorium on new applications for polytechnics and monotechnics. He, however, exempted health institutions due to low enrollment challenges. This was contained in a statement by the Executive Secretary of the National Board for Technical Education, Professor Idris Bugaje, on Thursday in Kaduna. Bugaje said the moratorium, which takes immediate effect, means that all new applications for polytechnics and monotechnics are put on hold for 12 months. He, however, said institutions currently being assessed will be required to pay specific fees to continue the registration process. He said polytechnics awaiting ministerial approval will be required to pay an application fee of 4 million naira and a processing fee of 2 million naira per program of study. Monotechnics, on the other hand, will pay an application fee of 2 million naira and a processing fee of 1 million naira per program of study. Applicants have 30 days to pay these fees, failure to which will result in the termination of the registration process. New health institutions which exempted from the moratorium will pay the same fees as monotechnics for registration. According to the MBT Executive Secretary, the objective of the move is to ensure that tertiary, technical and vocational education and training institutions are properly populated within their approved carrying capacities. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged the 36 states of the Federation and Federal Capital Territory to join hands with the federal government to transform the health sector. This was made known by the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Bati, during the inauguration of the Hemodialysis Center at the Bayelsa Medical University in Yenagoa, the state capital. Speaking of the kidney dialysis machine acquired by the Bayelsa State Governor, the Coordinating Minister of Health said it will help reduce the threat posed by kidney failure in Nigeria. On their part, the Bayelsa State Governor, Duyeduri, and his Health Commissioner said the inauguration of the Hemodialysis Center is a fulfilled task in checking kidney failure in the state and beyond.
Kidney failure is a major issue in our population, and we are addressing it frontally by making active this hemodialysis center. Really a strong statement of your commitment to address something that really touches the lives of millions of our population, so that people don't die because they have kidney failure, that there is dialysis, there is technology. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed a compact with all the 36 state governments and the Federal Capital Territory that we should join hands and transform Nigeria's health sector to serve Nigerian people.
Not know that I had an inner desire for this hemodialysis center. So I feel very fulfilled today that our people will no longer die of renal failure. I feel very fulfilled today that Bayelsa can now offer these services to Bayelsans and to Nigerians. So if we don't take care of the health of our people,
chronic kidney disease is a growing health challenge in our state. And for too long, many of our patients in their need of life-saving dialysis have been forced to seek care outside the state due to limited availability of hemodialysis machine.
The federal government has directed ministries, departments and agencies operating in the state to stop running accounts with commercial banks in line with the Treasury single account policy. This was according to a press statement released on Thursday by the Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Bawa Mokwa. The statement noted that the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Oluwatoyin Madeyin, gave the directive during the working visit to the Federal Pay Office in Edo State. She stressed that all federal MDAs in the state must comply with public financial management reforms and refrain from bypassing the TSA framework. Madeyin charged federal pay officers with ensuring strict adherence to the policy, warning that no MDA should operate with commercial banks unless expressly approved by the President and communicated by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. She explained that due approval must be given by the President and communicated by the Accountant General of the Federation based on certain rules and guidelines before ministries, departments and agencies can operate any account with commercial banks. She also tasked FPOs with upholding transparency, professionalism and accountability in their duties, urging them to avoid action that would damage the reputation of the Federal Treasury. The Rivers State government has taken a significant step towards strengthening healthcare delivery by commissioning a newly installed solarized walk-in cold room, a vaccine crusher and 9 operational vehicles for disease surveillance across local government areas. During the unveiling ceremony, the Rivers State governor emphasized that the health and well-being of Rivers residents remain a top priority for his administration. Represented by the Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi, the governor highlighted the importance of these new facilities and equipment in achieving sustainable healthcare delivery in line with global health standards.
Today marks a significant milestone in our unwavering commitment to the health and well-being of our people as we commission these vital healthcare assets, from the solarized working cold room to the surveillance motorcycles. We are not merely inaugurating equipment, we are strengthening the foundation of our healthcare delivery system.
In news address, the executive of River State Primary Healthcare Management Board and the World Health Organization representatives expressed confidence that the new facilities would significantly strengthen healthcare delivery in the state.
It's like one of the best in Nigeria, and we have it in Port Harcourt here. It's going to take care of all our vaccines and make sure that they are kept in good temperature.
This will go a long way in improving immunization as a gateway to other PHC services. As WHO, we pledge our continued support, providing technical expertise, resources, and partnership to ensuring that these equipment are effectively used and service delivery improved.
Today, we are here to celebrate a system that works. And when we see growth like this, that is people-driven, purpose-driven, and is geared towards the betterment of the lives of our people, we have nothing more to say than to thank the Governor of Rivers State.
Now, we move to the international desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. At least 20 people have been injured, some of them seriously, after a car drove into a group of people in the German city of Munich, authorities said. Authorities did not provide details of the incident near downtown Munich that took place at about 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, including whether the victims were hit deliberately. Police said the driver was secured at the scene and no longer poses any danger. A damaged Mini Cooper could be seen at the scene. The fire service said at least 20 people were injured, some seriously. Mayor Dietio Rita said he was deeply shocked by the incident. A demonstration by the Service Workers Union, Verdi, was taking place at the time of the incident. It was not immediately clear whether demonstrators were among the injured. The incident comes a day before the three-day security conference, an annual gathering of international foreign and security policy officials, opens on Friday.